Welcome to Newb Perspectives. This is episode 4, and today we are running a one-shot in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, run by Torrey.
Hello.
I will be playing a halfling rogue named Thom.
I will be playing an Oracle Flesh Warp named Nydia.
I will be playing a rat folk investigator.
Alrighty. Beautiful. So, where we are going to be starting off today is your kind of small group here has gathered together as a small band of misfits in a local bar. Each of you, for your own reasons, is looking to get a little bit more money behind you and getting a little bit more coin. And you've found roughly, Jix, I believe, has found a small map that she has crafted up.
I'm a boy.
He is.
She's been clear about that.
It's true, it was not. That he has kind of crafted up from what he found as to where there's a location of a currently unlooted crypt just on the outskirts of town.
Okay, guys, listen. So I was at the bar yesterday, and I overheard some people talking about a crypt in the woods, and I listened to where they were saying, and I drew up a map for us. And I think, I'm pretty good at, navigating places, and I know maps, so I made this map for us, and I think if we follow it, we'll get there.
What quality is the map? Is it a good map?
Have you ever made a map before?
I mean, I mapped out my home when I was a kid for training, and then, a few foresty areas. I mean, it's got locations. It's got the X. That's what makes a map, right?
What's in the crypt?
Can I see it?
Good stuff, like treasure and money.
I did hear
glory.
That. I didn't hear about the glory, but I definitely heard about the treasure.
Oh, crypts have glory.
Some big dude was talking about treasure last week. He said that they couldn't get in, though. So do you think we can get in?
There's no place we can't get in.
You have a lot of confidence in us. I don't know.
Your confidence is infectious, Nix.
You can more or less look at this small map, and it's effectively a rough circle that kind of you assume is meant to denote this small town you're kind of in, with a couple really roughly thrown together squares that you think are buildings, but they really don't match any of the building sets that you've kind of seen. And then a couple sparse trees just outside of this kind of ring, and then just an X. It's just sitting out there.
You see this tree? And then my character points at a very large tree they drew. I walk by this large tree all the time. I know it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's reassuring, I think.
And look, I drew a smiley face in the corners. That's some good juju right there. Some good energy.
Well, there's nothing to lose if we get lost in the forest.
That's the spirit.
Nothing but our lives.
That's fine.
And what's that worth without the glory of this crypt?
Oh boy.
All right.
I guess, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. So y'all can set out following this rough at best map that Jix has thrown together. On the way out, you can kind of get out towards the woods. Jix, since you apparently know these kind of forests well, do you want to give me a quick nature roll to try and go and find your big tree?
Hell yeah. Alright, that's an 18 on dice.
Oh lord, okay.
I add 8, because I'm trained in nature.
So 26. Yeah, you find that. You find that with the ease of you borderline could have been blindfolded and spun around in a circle, and you still could navigate directly to this tree like it's an absolute joke.
When we get there, I say, ta-da!
Oh. Wow, that was pretty easy.
And then once you kind of arrive at the tree, not too far beyond much else, you can kind of just see a little bit through the clearing, kind of more of a graveyarded area. It's kind of got fenced off and whatnot, but a little apart from kind of all of the rest of the graves is a large kind of mausoleum almost built into the side of a small hill. It's kind of going up, which is kind of the main tomb that you can kind of see was meant for you to be kind of targeting.
Cool.
It appears to be the crypt of a dead wizard.
Those doors look closed. How do we get in?
Does the gate go all the way around?
The gate goes more around the other grave sites. This kind of mausoleum is off to the kind of the side in its own area, and does appear to be closed.
And there's writing on it?
As you kind of approach, there's kind of the name of it's just written Thaldris the Great.
Never heard of that guy.
Yeah, is it a name we recognize?
No.
No. Not so great then.
At
Yeah.
least not.
Not recently great.
Yeah, at least not within your lifetime. The crypt does look very old.
Are any parts of the wall breaking off?
A little bit seem to be kind of getting more weathered, kind of as, time has kind of gone by, but it still seems to be holding fairly well.
So no holes for which to squeeze through.
This is correct.
How has this not been looted already if it's so old and just right next to the town?
Can I walk around the crypt?
You can kind of walk around more or less the front kind of aspect, but as I was saying before, it's kind of built into the side of kind of a hill whatnot, so you can't really get behind it to any degree, but
That's probably why.
you can kind of see the front of it.
Maybe there's a hole on the other side of the cliff.
Can I
Hill.
Hill.
Yeah.
Hill.
Can I just try to open the door?
You can try. It does move a little bit, but not enough. It seems pretty stuck.
Is there like a lock on it or anything?
No, it just seems like the doors are made of stone and are just very heavy.
Crowbar!
I have a crowbar.
Do you have one of them fancy crowbars there, Jix?
Or is it a
I
regular?
sure do.
Sure, really?
Yeah, it
What kind of
is
crowbar do you have?
a levered crowbar.
Are you gonna use it with all of your -2 strength?
You know,
The epitome of strong.
Yeah, does anyone else
I
have...
know that, look, maybe I could do it. I could help a little.
Yeah, give it to Thom.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I got the tools.
I've been doing some
but,
push-ups
You're very
lately.
good at holding it.
Yeah, I'll have all the necessary things.
You look real good with that crowbar in your hand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll take the crowbar from Jix and I'll sort of shove it into the, whatever crack there is between the door. I say, can you try and open the door as I do this? Is that a thing that you could help me?
Yeah, I'll help.
Cool. Can I
Okay.
get athletics from both of y'all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do my help first.
Okay.
That's a
now
nat one.
You hinder.
Oh, that's not great.
You actively hinder his check.
That's not
See,
great.
as you kind of are getting the crowbar kind of wedged into the door and trying to pry it open, Jix was a little confused and thought it was a push door, so as you're kind of trying to pull it open,
Got it.
he's trying to push it closed.
I'm gonna yell, "This feels right!"
Got it. Cool. Oops.
Missed the die.
I missed the die.
Ooh.
12.
So it's 19.
19.
Did
All
you
right.
add the +1 from the crowbar?
Crowbar.
No, that's a levered
Yeah.
crowbar, so it does get +1, so 20!
Woo.
Though also
+1, -1.
Yeah.
-1 because
Yeah.
Jix actively hinders you.
Jix's help.
I tried.
I think it might be -2 because it's a crit fail.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, so it's only 18.
Regardless, with enough kind of force, it doesn't open fully, but it opens probably about, maybe about a foot to 2 feet.
Ooh,
Oh, good, I'm a
squeezable.
small person.
The two small creatures can wheeze their way through it without too much issue.
There's no space for me to squeeze.
As for the slightly larger of the party, Nydia, would be a little bit harder for you to quite fit through that gap.
Nydia, what are you waiting for?
Come on in.
Small hole.
Well, I'd also like to, do we have any, I can't really see in here?
Oh, is it dark in here?
It is dark.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
turn on my lantern.
Alrighty. Do you have a way to light it?
I have a hooded lantern with some oil, so it'll light for 6 hours.
Alrighty.
Can't see.
As you crack that, you guys can see the rest of the room while Nydia is still stuck outside, I guess, currently.
Oh.
Beautiful.
You can kind of see inside the room. As you kind of get in, there is a large, kind of stone coffin built right in the center, as well as kind of a tunnel, almost passage behind it, that seems to kind of lead a little bit deeper in, that is filled with a very, very thick green mist. And as well as directly in front of you, in front of the coffin, is a large kind of almost rune carved into the ground with a skeleton sitting near it, and a large spike coming out from the middle of the rune.
Things don't seem great in here.
What?
Well,
After I open the
kinda-
door more?
sure.
Yeah, I'll push from the inside. I'm good at pushing.
All right, you. Oh God!
That's a 19 to help.
Didn't hinder this time.
19 on die?
19 on die. I don't think you add anything to help.
You do.
You
do?
do.
Yep.
Well, it's
Oh.
whatever your
Yes,
the roll.
Right,
so
right,
you're
right.
using athletics to help push the
Yeah,
door.
so that's 3. So
Okay,
that's,
so yep, so you do help. You will get +1.
Yay.
Nydia, what did you get? 13 on die, so...
As athletics?
Yep.
12.
Oh!
So, but plus
but
one.
+1.
1.
13.
13.
Okay. Yeah, with enough of that, you can kind of not get the door fully open, but you can kind of widen it from being about 2 feet to about 3.5.
It was already open a little. It's fine.
Squeeze.
You could squeeze.
Great.
It takes you kind of a couple seconds to kind of contort and squish your body to kind of get it through this kind of crevice between the large stone doors, and then you arrive in to see the same scene.
I would like to look for traps.
Cool.
Yeah,
I have the Trap Finder feat, which gives me a +1 circumstance bonus to my perception checks to find them.
Alright.
I also have that. I'm gonna help looking for
Is that
traps.
is that a secret roll or is that?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
probably a secret roll.
You're also gonna look for traps.
I'm gonna try helping her look for traps.
Okay.
Or sorry, him look for traps. Specifically by pointing at the bottom of the giant spike sticking out of the floor and saying, "Hey, look for those. Look for that stuff down there."
I would like to cast Detect Magic at first level.
Sure.
do
Solid.
one. Yeah. Do one first.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the traps first.
Yeah. So we'll do traps first quickly.
I had 11.
Yep.
Oh.
You. Oh yeah.
I had it 11 as well.
Okay. You don't detect any right away. I guess you would sense that kind of mist in the back hallway wouldn't necessarily, I guess, be like a hidden trap, but is something that will cause at least to you harm, and you should avoid.
So nothing about the spike
No.
is
No
impaled
more-
the skeleton?
No more spikes.
It is not impaled the skeleton. The skeleton is sitting by it,
Oh, okay.
kind of against the back to the front side of the kind of the coffin. Lee, as well, for the detect magic, you can very much tell that the large rune carved into the floor is definitely giving off a sense of magic at the base of the spike.
Can I
I told you.
roll
Runes,
Arcana
man.
to decipher what the room does?
You can.
Do you guys think we should open the coffin? Do you think that's where they kept their stuff?
There's always cool stuff in coffins.
I hear there's some cultures that bury themselves with all their gold.
If I had
12
any
on
gold, I'd
die
do that.
for Arcana +9.
Plus 9.
21.
21. You can kind of identify this more or less as a form of necromancy used to summon undead.
Oh, that's so good.
So
No,
does
this
that-
is great.
Is that skeleton? Is that skeleton gonna come to life then?
Maybe.
Should we like take it apart?
Maybe.
I'm gonna take the skeleton apart.
Sure.
Oh, they're gonna take the spike apart. Because
I
the
don't-
spike is coming out of the rune, right?
Yeah, spike is in the center of the room. Yes.
Like a beacon, like
So-
an antenna.
Kind of.
Like an antenna? Like an
Kinda.
antenna. Okay.
Oh, then maybe we should. Okay, maybe we should dismantle that then.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. While we're thinking about this, hey Tori,
Uh-huh.
I would like to use my other feat. That's odd.
Uh-huh.
Which allows me to, when I enter a room, see if there's anything out of the ordinary.
Oh, wow, there are
Boy.
so many.
Giant
Well, like
fire.
so
many
like
things.
not obvious things,
There are so many things out of the ordinary.
but like specific. Like general area that's not like, hey, wow, my eyeballs told me this. More like my intuition told me.
You would notice that there is a bit of the coffin that kind of looks a little bit different from the rest of it.
Oh.
What? How so?
It looks like there's something written.
In what language, sir?
You'd have to approach.
I don't want to approach.
She's just noticing something is odd.
Hey, so should we dismantle this thing before a thing happens? Before that thing comes to life? Or the green mist attacks us? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I want to investigate this green mist.
Yeah, that sounds good. But don't touch it. It might be poison gas.
Yeah, could I crafting check this mist?
You
What?
can.
Is that how things work? I don't know.
You can roll
So
whatever you'd
it's
like
like
to
To
try to.
identify?
Yeah, you can roll whatever you'd like. It might not be very effective.
Correct.
I don't
If
know
you walk
what-
up to an alchemical concoction and you roll religion, nothing's stopping you. You just won't know anything.
Okay, well, guys, don't judge me. I'm trying to think what identifies mist.
Well, it depends on what it is.
I guess.
If it's natural, rolling nature would be good.
Yeah.
It could be a natural mist. I've never seen it before, but also I don't hang out in forests or crypts a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Arcana. I think Arcana
Sure.
is a safe bet. That's a
Ooh.
nat 20 on dice, and I add 9.
So
Alrighty.
29, 1 degree of success higher.
Yeah. So you can
Nice.
you can go up to this. You can tell it is very much magical in nature, and it is just like a very potent form of mist that is giving off a very strong source of just negative energy, damaging energy.
Oh my god. Negative energy. You heal from that.
Oh my god. I do.
Can't believe you made that choice. Alright,
Did you want to check out the writing at all?
Yeah, I'll go to the
Alright.
Unless anyone else wants to do anything after while I'm looking at the mist.
What language is the rating?
It's just written in common.
while he's looking at the mist, I would like to attempt to. So, what is this spike made of? I want to dismantle it.
It is like a very strong, almost metallic looking, and it's like embedded firmly into the ground.
Oh, that's not happening then.
I would like to use the crowbar
Go for it.
and try and crowbar it out of
So
there.
you try and just whack it,
No, like you said, it's in the ground, right?
yeah, firmly like embedded, and with almost like a lot of the stones being built around it, there wouldn't really be any way to get a crowbar under it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I get the stones from around it out?
That
Just
that
dig it
form
out.
the rune.
Yeah.
Oh, that's break the rune, break
Yeah,
the spell. I
sure.
think that's how
Yeah.
magic works.
Unless the spike is already breaking the spell.
Oh.
And removing the spike
Hold on, I don't know much about
puts
magic.
the rune back together.
I've
Oh my God.
heard, I don't know much about magic. So maybe Tyler doesn't know much about magic. Maybe Thom would like to try and remember if that's how runes work,
What is exactly how runes work?
If removing the spike,
or no, if removing the rune would break the rune or would break the spell.
Okay, we can look at that. Did you want to still do your reading first?
Yeah, I'll
because
read.
I remember you had mentioned that before, and I want to make sure I get to things. You can go and kind of see the writing. Written upon it is a small little pack that just says, "To open my coffin, you need the key, but only my brethren free of life can walk the path. Otherwise, the blood of the willing must be offered to obtain their aid."
Oh, maybe we bleed on the spike and the skeleton walks down the stairs with us.
or the skeleton walks down the stairs and brings back the key.
Maybe?
Are there stairs? Can we see stairs?
You can see no stairs.
Yeah, why are
I
you
just
guys talking
assumed
about
there was
stairs?
stairs.
It's a hall. It's a hallway.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't see stairs. Do you see something that I don't, Jix?
It's a hallway.
Okay. Well,
What if you just walk down? You won't take damage
Yeah.
from that.
Can I try to walk down the hallway?
Sure. You want to take a step in?
For
Sure.
context, Leah's character heals from negative damage because of being a flesh warp. Being a bone?
Specifically being a bone oracle. Flesh warps are not undead and don't have negative healing. They're just weird aberrations of messed up flesh. But being a bone oracle specifically allows you to act as almost if you were undead.
Mm-hmm. Small aside, if you don't know what a flesh warp is, please check out the Pathfinder information. They are an interesting thing.
They're weird,
Creepy.
weird people.
Very.
But yeah, you can walk down the hallway. You're totally fine.
I'm gonna go check out what's at the other end
Cool.
of this hallway.
They're into the hallway on a small pedestal. There just sits a small key.
Oh my god, get the key.
do you see something?
I see a key.
Get it!
Is there anything around the key? Is there like?
It's just sitting on a small pedestal.
Should you put something on it, like instead of the key? I hear that sometimes traps are like weight sensitive.
Oh, you can look for traps.
Can I check
Could
for
you
traps?
could you like
Sure.
put a rock
What do
on
I
her,
roll
like
to
do a
check for
swap?
traps?
Thievery.
Hold on, I think I have to be trained in thievery to do that.
That is true.
You know, I am trained in thievery.
Alrighty.
Okay,
What's
so-
your modifier?
6.
6. You do not see anything that would initiate like trap thoughts to you.
I take the key.
Cool. You have a key.
Walk back.
All right.
We didn't have to bleed at all.
As you get back, you kind of notice, like, kind of coming back from that hallway, you can see on the other end from where the spike and the skeleton was, there does seem to be a small hole.
Ah, put the key in the keyhole.
Alrighty. The coffin lid makes a click.
Unusual for coffins.
Right?
Is it like a wood coffin or like a stone coffin?
Stone.
Oh, very
Okay.
unusual.
I guess if it clicks out like a car trunk, sorta.
Kind of. Like, it doesn't really kind of give a raise at all like a car trunk would, but it does make it like a discernible click as if something had unlocked.
Okay. I guess I'll try and like.
Huh,
push
yeah.
it?
Sure.
I'll help you push.
No, please
Maybe
don't.
don't help.
I'm so good at pushing though.
Roll strength. Roll athletics.
Athletics,
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you know, your athletics roll is better than
19.
mine.
Plus 7, so 26.
Yeah. You can just kind of go up with a solid heave. You push the lid off, and inside you see a small ladder leading down.
Ladders are like stairs.
Right?
You can tell the future.
Hold
we
on.
figured it out.
Hold on. There's not a person in here.
No.
I want to look for a person.
I want to do
I
the
wanna,
sign
like,
of.
I want to try
I
and
would
find
like
like
to do
hidden
the sign
doors
of
or
the cross
something.
for the ladder.
Sure. What's your thievery?
My
the
thievery is
ladder.
plus 11.
Because it's in the coffin.
You do not see anything. It is just an empty stone coffin with a ladder leading down.
Oh my
Guys, this
God.
is really weird.
It's not immediately relevant, but I have a tool that we could find out the depth of this ladder.
Yeah, can we
God.
see the bottom of the
You
hole?
can. You can. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's not too far.
how like 20, 30.
I'm gonna do it
40 feet?
anyway.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like like 6 or 7.
cool.
Like it's not
like
super
like
deep.
I don't take fall damage if I jump.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is not a very deep
I
ladder.
think technically if it was 6 feet deep,
I would take
you would
1
take
fall damage.
3.
3 fall damage. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
Torrey,
because it's over 5.
I would like to
Yeah.
use my depth
Gauge.
to know
Alrighty.
exactly.
Yeah, I want to know exactly how deep it is.
The hole is exactly 6.732 feet.
I share that with the group, and I look very smug.
All right.
I'm not gonna repeat it. There's so many numbers.
It took a second with her really reading the gauge to like give you that precise of a measurement.
Yeah, it's really not that
So why did,
cool. I drop a stone or something down, and I count the ticks on the rope to get the.
so why did we do that?
Cause I say wrapping it back up. Sometimes
what's
it's good
the-
to know.
What's the maximum depth measurement of your rock with a stone attached? It's stone with a rope attached to it.
It can definitely yield measurements that precise.
That is an excellent question.
Doesn't say the maximum depth.
I would need to count it.
Either way, deeper than this.
Cool.
Does that mean that you can measure infinite depth?
Well, no, it's probably like the ropes that you get are like 50 feet, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine it
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be any more than that.
That makes
Alright.
sense.
All right, cool. Yeah, I guess. I'll go down. Do you want me to go down first?
Sure. I lost my character voice.
Okay.
Get it?
Let's.
I believe in you.
I don't.
Good luck.
Okay. I climb down the ladder.
Alrighty. As you kind of climb down the ladder, in the bottom you can see that it opens up into a decently sized room.
Is it lit?
It's not.
I don't have a lantern. I forgot to bring it.
I walk down the ladder.
Alright, do you have a lantern?
I have
No,
the
I
lantern,
have
so
dark
it's above.
vision.
Cool.
I have
Oh.
dark vision.
So
I can
you
see
can
anyways.
see. Good old Thom is still blind as Jix has not made it down yet. You, though, on the other hand, can see kind of just this fairly large room. Very clean. Not a lot of stuff kind of in it or anything else, though at the far wall there is what looks like a solid metal door. Just like one piece of almost like sheet metal. With no discernible handle or anything other than kind of a mirror that covers the top half.
Is it one of the
The whole rest of the room is just like flat stone.
Yep.
Cool.
There's like some like pillared designs and whatnot on the wall, but
I would also like to come down the ladder now.
cool. You see the same scene.
Hey, I have That's Odd. What's odd?
What's odd? Oh god.
Every single room I enter, I find the odd thing.
That's so obnoxious.
Yeah, it really is.
I have to try to
I'm a
think.
know-it-all.
I have to try to think one thing. You would notice, probably, at least right off the bat, that one of the pillars seems more worn down than any of the others.
I point out and say, hey guys, look at that pillar. It's worn down.
It's a pillar.
Stone pillar.
It's different than the others.
It is.
How's it different?
I'm gonna go up to the pillar.
Just looks a little more worn than the others.
Does it look like all over?
Yeah, just kind of generally weathered more than any of the other ones.
I touch it. I want to touch it all over. Is there anything weird? Is there anything happen?
No.
I push it a little.
Cool.
Does anything happen?
Nothing occurs.
You don't push very hard.
You
It's not very nice.
While she's kind of feeling up this pillar, what are you guys up to?
I would.
How large is the room across?
Probably about, we'll say about 15 by 15.
Okay.
Feet.
Nice, good square.
Yeah.
Okay. What if I looked for any writing?
Cool.
There was writing in the last room.
Are you like anywhere specifically, or are you just?
Near the mirror.
Okay.
Just a mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mirror on the top part of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to look for some writing near that mirror.
Oh.
I'm gonna, while you're feeling up the pole, I'm gonna take the lantern from you and go closer to the mirror.
Alright. Specifically, you can kind of check all around the mirror itself. You don't notice anything around it.
Okay. Guys, I don't know why this mirror is here. It's not telling me.
I would like to walk up to the mirror and look at my reflection, and I'm going to say, it's telling me that I look pretty good.
How tall is the mirror?
The door is about 6 feet and whatnot, and the mirror probably covers about the top 2.5 feet.
Yeah, you can't look in the mirror.
What if I stand far enough back?
There's only 15 feet of room. If you stand on the ladder, you can see yourself.
Yeah,
in
there you go.
Oh, that's too much for the joke.
Pretty sure
I
rat
should-
folks are only like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. There's nothing around
Yeah.
the mirror that I can see.
If we look in the mirror, it acts like a regular mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I cast Detect Magic, ignoring other magic that I
Cool.
know about.
The door very much is emanating a sense of magic.
The door, not the mirror.
The door itself.
Not the mirror.
Is the mirror glued to the door?
It's just kind of hanging on it.
Can I remove the mirror from the... I remove the mirror
Cool.
from the door.
You have a mirror.
I feel jealous. I pull the mirror out of my backpack. I have one as well. Except mine's a lot smaller.
Sure.
Can I look at the door in the mirror?
Ooh,
Oh,
good
sure.
idea.
Oh.
What's your perception modifier?
That's a good question. 8.
8. Alrighty. So looking at the mirror, you can kind of scan the whole door. You don't really know. The only thing you really notice about this door specifically is other than your good friend Tom there, you do notice what does appear to be a little bit of writing, but it's at the very bottom of the door. You can't quite read it though because it's in a mirror.
What do you see?
There's writing at the bottom of the door.
I should have seen that. I'm small.
You would look sadly.
Yeah.
It's not around the mirror.
I'm gonna like right at the bottom.
Is it?
Pretty low.
Pretty low.
I'm gonna get down on the floor,
Alrighty.
lie down, and read.
Alrighty. Specifically for you, can you read Elven writing?
Can I? I don't actually know. Hold on one second.
I hope you can. 'Cause
I can.
Alrighty. You can see that written at the bottom in small text, it says Door of the Unlucky.
Oh.
Oh, but I'm a halfling. Guys, who's unlucky?
I break the mirror.
You break the mirror. As you shatter the mirror, you hear one click from within the door.
How did you do that?
Oh, bad luck to break a mirror.
I
Is
walk
it?
under the
I
ladder.
don't know. I'm a halfling. I've never broken a
Does
mirror.
that do anything?
It does not.
Oh, fuck. Now I've just invited bad luck and done nothing.
The door
What is-
opened. Why'd you do more bad luck?
What
The
is
door has
bad?
made one click, but it has not opened.
Yeah.
What is bad luck? I'm
So you tried
confused.
walking under the ladder.
Yeah.
We broke a mirror. Does
What is-
anyone have salt?
What are you guys talking about?
It's bad luck.
What's bad luck?
Does anyone have any black cats?
I'm confused.
I'm a mouse.
I have a deck of playing cards.
We're looking for salt. We're looking for okay, cracks in the floor. Are there any cracks in the
No,
floor?
he said it was really. It's really clean.
Well, it's clean. What's your perception?
8.
8. You don't notice any cracks in the door, but you do notice what looks like 2 smaller indents a little ways back from the door.
I
Like what
like
shape are they?
standing in them.
It's kind of almost like a bowl, that's because this thing was kind of sitting on it.
What if you put the ladder there?
Oh, and then walk under it?
Yeah, what if the ladder needs to be closer because the door couldn't see it?
That makes sense. I bring the ladder over.
Doors have eyes.
What are you doing with the ladder?
I'm gonna put it against the door in the little...
No, in the holes.
Kind of
in the
little
divots.
holes and kind of like leaning up against.
Yeah,
kind of the door
yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Walk under the ladder.
Yeah.
As you place the ladder over the door and you walk up to the door underneath it, the second click occurs and the door opens.
Wow!
This time does it open like a trunk?
No, it
Ah.
just opens normally.
Done.
Just looking for trunks. Looking for car trunks.
Okay, cool. This time someone else go first because I couldn't see last time.
So you guys can kind of walk into the next room. As you kind of enter in, you see a lot more in this room. Where the last room was very kind of empty, in this room, you see kind of a pedestal in the middle with many small pieces of things, something kind of scattered around it. There's also kind of on the one side, there's like a fairly large setup kind of bookshelf with a variety of books in it. And on the left side, there is a table with kind of like a larger tome and kind of various pieces of paper kind of scattered across it.
Okay.
You already know what I want to do.
And as you immediately looking for something kind of odd, you do notice almost like a small glint kind of coming from the bookshelf.
Cool.
Can I read any of the papers?
Sure. All the papers contain runes, drawn runes on them.
They're all different rooms?
They're all different runes.
How long would it take to tell what these papers are supposed to do?
Are they like scrolls? Like are they
No,
spells?
they're kind of just, yeah, so it's basically like a wooden table, whatnot. There's like kind of the one main tome on it, and then there's kind of a bunch of the smaller pieces of paper, all with different kind of
Okay.
runes etched on it.
Does it look like if I put the papers down on the floor in a specific arrangement, they made a larger rune that does magic?
Each of the papers looks like they individually contain their own runes.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
like
might
it's
be a
all
match the
connected.
rune
Correct.
kind of situation.
Yeah,
Um,
like a puzzle.
I would like to investigate the glint.
Sure.
Do it even.
As you kind of you can go over, the glint appears to be kind of just like a small, angular little piece of metal.
I would like
That's the
to
bookshelf.
take the metal.
Alrighty.
What is it? It's just angular
I
metal?
mean, you'll have to explore the rest of the room to really find out what it might go with.
Okay,
Is it like a compass looking thing?
No, it
Okay.
literally just kind of looks like a small piece of metal
Mm-hmm.
that's just kind of cut at very geometric angles.
Oh, okay.
Hey Tori, as an investigator, I would like to make this the target of my investigation and pursue it as a lead.
Alrighty.
So I spent a minute examining the details of this as a potential clue, and I also had I've red herring. So if this doesn't lead to anything, you tell me.
Does it lead to like anything?
The GM tells you if the lead you chose is inconsequential.
It doesn't seem to be overly important.
Then why did you bring me?
Well,
Because
for
it's
reasons.
odd.
It's
It's
odd.
odd. Important and odd don't mean the same thing.
But that's
well,
all supposed to bring me to something suspicious.
It is
Yeah,
suspicious.
A
Why is there
random
a
glinting piece of metal
Yeah.
amongst a bookshelf is suspicious and odd. Just
Right.
because it wasn't pertinent to what you're doing doesn't make it not suspicious and odd.
Alright. I throw it on the ground, I'm upset.
Alright.
Oh, what's happening over
Well,
there?
Nothing.
While she has to spend a minute doing that, and Leah is checking out the books, Thom, what are you doing?
Thom wants to look at that pedestal.
Sure.
What's on it?
In the middle is kind of like a square tray, almost
Okay.
kind of like a inset kind of just proper square,
Mm-hmm.
and scattered all around it look like various pieces of angular metal that could be put together almost to complete something on top.
Hey, what's I still while I'm looking at this, I do yell. What's going on over there?
Nothing. And that's as I throw it.
What,
You do see
What
her
are you
throw-
throwing?
Metal.
What? I look down. I look at you. I look
See-
down. I
You
look
see
at
a lot
you.
of pieces of metal.
I look down. I look at you. Why'd you do that?
It wasn't useful.
No. False.
False. False.
Why false?
Bring it over here.
I'll kick it to you. Slowly. I walk and I kick it the very tiny distance because I don't want to pick it up anymore because it's
Alright.
upset me.
This is fair.
I guess I'll put it on top of the pedestal, and
Cool.
I guess it's sort of like a puzzle.
Exactly.
So I guess I'll try and solve the puzzle.
Cool.
I want to do the edge pieces first.
Alrighty.
Classic puzzle.
You go. Okay. Do you want to roll, like, I guess, crafting, kind of
Okay.
try to put this together? And you know what? I'll give you a +1 for circumstance because you're doing the edges first.
Yay!
And that is, in my opinion, objectively the right way to make a puzzle.
That's only a 6 on die, which means I got 14.
Okay. So you can kind of work with it for a little bit. As you're kind of working on that and whatnot, Nydia, what are you kind of doing at this table?
What's... I opened the book.
Alrighty. The book details, or looks like, actually, roll Arcana. Or Occultism. Either one.
Which one's higher? They're the same. I choose Occultism, because this seems...
We're in a crypt, so...
We're in a crypt. That's a 4 plus 9. That's 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, it is fairly common arcane writing, so it's not kind of too hard to understand kind of what it's talking about and whatnot. It describes a form of ritual that kind of, you can't quite make sense, like the name doesn't seem to actually, like, spell anything, like almost just kind of letters were put there, but it doesn't really actually make anything that to you sounds like anything you know, or that you could even read. But it does have a list of all the individual runes that it would require. And not one of them is any of the runes that are on the table. You seem like they're all the incorrect runes.
What? Are there papers anywhere else in the room?
There's the bookshelf.
It's full of books?
It's got a lot of books.
I start looking for rune pages in the books.
Alrighty. So you're kind of heading over to the bookshelf. You're kind of going through that puzzle and whatnot. Jix, what are you up to?
Is there anything else in the room?
Other than kind of the side table, whatnot, bookshelves, and the kind of main pedestal, that is what is in. There's not much past that.
Alright, I don't think we need 2 people for a puzzle, so I'll go help with the books.
Cool. Are you just kind of like rifling through all of them, or like what are you kind of looking for?
Yeah, kind of like just pulling the book off the shelf, flipping through it to see if it looks important, and then
Cool.
piling it on the floor if it's not.
All of them kind of have various titles, some referring to magic, some referring to like animals. Though you notice that for all of the books, they have kind of their index, their title, and then maybe like the first 1 or 2 pages of the first chapter, and then all the other pages are just blank. There's nothing written in any of them.
Oh.
What? I don't understand.
How's my puzzle going?
Your puzzle. You've kind of managed to kind of work all the individual pieces, but you still feel like you've gotten everything else in. One piece doesn't seem to be there. I think you're missing one.
Guys, this puzzle is incomplete.
It kind of looks like though it's almost making the image of a key, but it's missing a piece.
Go get the key from upstairs.
No, it's not. It's
not
not missing
like
a
that.
key image, a key piece. It's a key and it's missing a piece.
Oh.
We'd probably get that from whatever this rune business is.
Wait, what room business?
There's a bunch of runes on the table, and then all these books are blank. Mostly.
What do you mean mostly blank? They're
What are the runes on the floor? Sorry.
There's no runes on the floor in this room.
I thought there was... Oh, those
There's
are
runes on the
papers.
paper. Yeah.
Papers on the floor.
there's no
Papers are on the
papers.
desk.
Okay.
Can I search the desk?
Sure. You had, I think you said 9? 8? You can kind of search the desk roll, and after you do for a little bit, under kind of a bunch of the papers, you do find another small little shard of metal.
I found a piece of metal for you.
Oh my gosh, I'm missing one piece of metal.
Here you go.
Thank you.
As you kind of click that in, the image does form properly, and though, as it's kind of, you finish the image, you do notice the lines don't seem to quite line up. Like, they do, but it almost looks like it's a little too thick in some places, and that, like, they almost are just, it's off slightly in kind of an odd fashion. But kind of a little hatch does kind of click open as you complete it, and does yield a key that looks very similarly off in the same way the puzzle was.
Is there a door with a keyhole around here?
You do not see a single door anywhere where this would go.
Yeah, so I think we should find a door.
Okay, I think we need to do the magic in these books.
What magic?
There's rooms and there's a spell in the book.
Do those translate to anything? Like you said that there's runes over there. Can you read them?
There's a lot of them. It might take a while.
Could I pick up a random rune and identify it?
Sure.
It's a 16 on dice. I add 9 to Arcana.
Alrighty. As you are very familiar with kind of runes and the way they kind of all are, how you can read this. But weirdly enough, this, like a lot of other things, it seems off. This doesn't actually seem to be any rune that you actually know exists. It's close to some of them, almost like it's kind of trying to imitate and look like a rune. But it doesn't actually properly match as anything you know of.
That's so strange.
Wait.
I
So
pulled all the books off the bookshelf.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was trying to think of.
So I have. So all of these books are incomplete. You said
Yeah, they've only got the first page.
only the first page.
Oh, the first first page of like the first chapter and like a rough index.
And that's every book. You checked all of them.
Every book.
Oh. What if we put them together?
I don't think so, because it's the start of different books. It's not like it's
Like
a
they're
continuous
clearly
thing.
not. They're about different things.
They're about different things.
Are there any about magic or runes in
Some.
there? Could
But they have no contents.
I would like to take one book randomly
Sure.
and examine its first few pages for any like bolded lettering or like any kind of details that seem to pop out or seem a little different.
Nothing over inherently seems kind of bolded or anything specifically, but different parts of it do as well. They don't, I guess, no parts are bold or anything, but as you kind of really start to like genuinely read through them rather than just kind of doing a rough skim, it almost just seems like, again, like it's almost garbage text a bit. Like it doesn't work as writing. Like it's just kind of things, again, to kind of make it look like it's an actual book. But there's nothing to it.
Why is everything in here fake?
Is the bookshelf fake?
We have too much bad luck.
Yeah, is the bookshelf real?
Can I move the bookshelf?
You can kind of push on it, if you want to roll athletics. And then, Nydia, what was your
all the
question?
books are off it, right?
Yeah.
Same question.
Okay, it was just, can you move it?
20.
Ooh.
That's a nat
Nice.
20.
Nat 20 plus, I think I have plus 7 in athletics, so 27.
You push with all your strength,
Yeah.
but for some reason it doesn't seem to even budge.
Guys,
Can I search the bookshelf for a keyhole?
You can.
the bookshelf is attached to the wall or something?
You cannot see any keyhole.
Can you see a...
What?
You know how everything's like a little weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if, instead of a keyhole, it's a key outcropping?
Like we make the lock?
And we have to make the lock.
Sure, I examined the bookcase for any out keys.
No, out locks.
I borderline don't know what that means, but regardless, no, there is none of that, whatever that is.
I'm honestly really glad. I think I'd be terrified if we found that.
I don't know what that would look like.
It's just like it. So like instead of you putting the key in, it molds around the key.
Isn't that just like a weirder?
Yes.
No, like it comes out. Like you put it in, like you just like hold the key and it goes like.
Well, I think as you're saying, everything does, though, very much so, as you're saying, kind of everything you kind of look at, everything you touch, it seems normal until kind of further inspection, until you realize that it does almost seem like it's a fake and it's trying to imitate being real.
Is there anything that doesn't look like an imitation, or is that all imitation?
Everything in here seems to have these points. Even as you further investigate some of like the table itself that like holds some of the book, the wood seems almost too perfect. Like, there's nothing off on it, there's no knots, it's perfectly straight grained. Even it, as well as the bookshelf, just seems off and just like it couldn't actually be in that way.
Do you think we did the last room wrong and it sent us somewhere that we shouldn't be?
Maybe? It's just like the room's sign of you did things wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how else we could have gone past that room.
I mean, there's, as far as I can tell, there's only 3 things in this room. There's the pedestal with the key puzzle. There's the bookshelf with all the books on it. And there's the desk with the papers.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the room is basically empty.
Yeah.
Then there's no runes on the floor. There's no runes on the wall. There's no writing on the walls.
Any checks or anything?
I guess, yeah, let's...
check for writing on the
Yeah,
wall.
I guess we'll check for writing.
Well, not just, but just like generalized like knowledge checks or anything you guys want to try to.
I think I'm just gonna take some time searching this room.
Sure.
Yeah.
Search action. I believe that's a roll you make.
Yeah.
What do you add?
I think that's perception,
It
Yes.
right?
is.
So it's a 10.
10. All right. You can kind of search for a while. And you can, if you press, if you look, there does almost seem to be a very, very faint, almost like glow of what looks like light that's behind the bookshelf.
Bookshelf is the door.
But I couldn't move it.
This
Can
is
you
correct.
turn off the lantern?
Sure, I'll turn, or I think it's a hooded lantern, so I'll drop the hood.
Hood the lantern.
Alrighty.
Oh god, I can't
The
see.
room is pitch black except for you. It's a little bit easier to kind of now see the light, but it's definitely still very faint.
Anything?
Wait, yeah, can we see the light? If it's light, we should be able to see it,
Yep,
right?
you that's about all you can see, and it's nowhere near enough to actually like cast any like rays to like light anything else.
Right.
But like you can see like the very faint outline
Of what?
of kind of like around the bookshelf, as if light was trying to come out from behind it.
What if can I pull on the bookshelf?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do it while holding the key. Maybe that'll matter.
The bookshelf is not budging.
Okay.
Should you try to break the bookshelf?
I'm gonna unhood the lantern,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna ask if I can take the key from you, and then I'm just gonna walk around the room, like swinging it around at things to see if anything reacts.
Like reacts how?
Like, I'm using it as essentially a metal detector. I'm
Oh.
scanning it over anything to be like, if anything's like, oh, that's my key. You know, if anything's like reacting,
No.
or if the key looks happy. I don't know.
No. Though you do kind of notice that, like, you do, like, bump it into some of the things sometimes. And, like, even when they do kind of whack it, and, like, it, like, even hits, like, the wood and things, the wood isn't marked at all. Like, it doesn't seem to have an effect on it.
Show us some writing. I'll riddle.
Can I try to listen to see if there's something on the other side of the bookcase?
You can try to listen?
Yeah.
Sure. What's your perception again?
8.
You can hear what just kind of, like, sounds like breathing.
Oh.
Can I knock on the bookcase?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't do anything.
Can I?
Though when you knock on it, it doesn't. It feels odd.
Of course it does.
Like, it doesn't feel like real wood.
What's it feel like?
Nothing that you've experienced. It just feels wrong and fake.
Can I cast Read Aura on the bookcase?
Can you do that on a non-living thing?
I don't
One
know.
object.
Just an
One
object.
object. Okay.
Okay. What does it? What does it give?
It tells me whether that specific item is magical and the School of Magic.
Ah.
If it's illusory, I know only if it's lower than level 2 illusion.
So level 1.
Yeah.
So you'll
Or
know
can't.
whether or not it's magic. It just comes down to the school gets given if that.
Yeah.
Okay. It is definitely magic.
And it's if so is it illusory? If it's not illusory, she still gets to know the school.
Correct.
So that means it is illusory magic. Or
I think that
Yeah.
the read aura implies that I detect if it's magic only if it's not illusory.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So then I guess you don't detect that it's magic.
I guess.
Okay.
We can go as if it does, though. It's fine.
Well, now that we know it's illusory,
Illusory.
could we roll to disbelieve illusion?
You can.
Yeah. That's the perception, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just missed the bowl entirely.
Alright, 16 on dice. I'm sorry.
I'll take
17
that.
on dice.
Alright, so it's 26 for me.
Alrighty.
17 plus 8.
Wait, is disbelief perception?
Tyler?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what to add.
Yeah.
13. No, 18 on dice.
Yeah, we'll just double check.
Are you looking it up?
On
Yeah.
what the ad is.
Illusions.
I'd say it's on the prompt.
Disbelieving illusions. Usually happens when a creature seeks or otherwise spends actions to engage with an illusion, comparing the result to its perception check.
So it is perception.
Yeah, okay.
So
my perception's plus 10, so that's,
Yes, that's
28.
20. All of you, as you actively attempt to kind of just disbelieve that the bookcase is actually there,
Yeah.
it fades away, leaving just the empty door.
Hold on, I want to do it to the desk, too.
The desk vanishes.
Oh my god. This is some high-level magical stuff. Because
I guess that key's fake too.
as far as... Yeah, does the key just disappear from my hand?
Are you trying to disbelieve it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's not there anymore.
Oh, god.
I don't
What
think,
is real?
I
Is
don't
the
think
floor real?
disbelief isn't an action.
It just takes time. Yeah.
It's just something that happens when you interact with an illusion.
Is the floor real?
The floor is real. The
Is
floor
the-
does not go away.
Are the rest of the walls real?
The walls are real. The walls don't go
Can
away.
someone boost me to the ceiling?
No.
There might be secret passages.
Fine.
You can boost them up to the ceiling. The ceiling is very real.
Okay.
Have we taken 10 minutes in this room?
Yep.
Cool. We'll pursue another lead.
Correct.
I mean, you get 2.
But you guys can.
I can only do one every 10 minutes.
You can find the way to the next room.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Oh. Right.
What's in the next room?
As you make into the next room, there is yet another large door that faces you, but this one has a face on it.
A face!
And you can see that the door itself is that kind of breathing sound, as it almost seems like it's animate, and it's just kind of looking at you, smiling.
Hello, Mr. Door!
Or Mrs. Door.
The door, as you say hello,
Dr. Door?
just kind of like
Dr.
slowly kind of just like blinks and just continues to look at you, smiling.
I'm gonna try all the languages I know. Hold on.
Same.
Oh,
You only know like 2.
I know, but it's a language that you don't know.
Is it?
Sure.
What language do you know?
Akla.
Oh, yeah, I don't know actually. Alright.
You guys can spend like a few minutes kind of just going through all of your languages. Jix, are you doing the same?
Yep.
As you kind of go through all your languages, it seems like it's understanding everything you're saying, but he doesn't say anything back.
Wow, that's really
It's a
rude.
rude door.
Excuse me,
Does
Door.
it mouth anything? Because I can read lips.
He's just smiling.
Excuse me, Door.
He's just looking happy.
Can we make our way through your body?
He just kind of
What?
looks at you and like gives a slight nod, but doesn't open.
So, I have some rations.
Feed the door.
Can I try and feed the door?
You can. What are you trying to feed him?
So, I've got whatever are in rations. I don't know. Probably like granola.
Yeah. Is there any
Usually
door
it's
food in
hard
this
cheeses
room?
and sausages.
Hard cheeses and dried meats.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just try and stick it, like, his mouth, he's smiling. Is
Yeah.
it an open mouth smile?
You can fit it in there.
Cool, I'm gonna just stick it in there.
Cool. He kind of just like seems to sit for a second, and just looks very happy with that. And now his face switches to more of a frown.
Well, he looked happy and now he's sad. I don't know how this works.
Does he not
Pour
like
water on his
granola?
eyes so he cries.
Oh, are we supposed to make him sad? Call him, hey, Dor, you're ugly.
What? What role would that be to try
I
to
could
make
do
him...
intimidation.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm trained in intimidation, guys.
I didn't think it would come in handy.
You're trying to just make him... Like, is intimidation making him, like...
I'm trying to make him
What's
sad.
anti-diplomacy?
Right? Would it be diplomacy then?
Yeah, and it succeeds if you fail at diplomacy.
Whatever. I'm gonna roll and then you tell me what
it's
to
still
add.
you're trying to make an impression.
Yeah,
This is a negative
true.
impression.
Trying
Right.
to make a negative impression is still
Right.
making
Oh,
an
sorry,
impression.
that
You're just trying to make
was-
a bad one.
It was 12. And plus 0, so 12.
Okay. He looks like a little almost content with your answer, but not quite.
I'm gonna slap him. Yeah.
I make that sound as you say.
You kind of smack the door, and as you do, your hand just kind of bounces on it, and he just kind of looks at you, and it's just... He just continues to frown.
Maybe you're not strong enough.
Poke the door in the eye.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Does the door have a doorknob?
No,
Okay.
just the face.
I assume this face has to let us through.
Oh my god, it's when we like enter his mouth or something.
Oh god.
Oh, I don't want that.
Excuse
Didn't
me,
they do
Mr.
that in
Howard.
like Alice in Wonderland
Can you
where the door opens?
Swallow me, please.
Oh god.
Oh.
Swallow me, door.
The door just looks at you, and it's just almost gives a little shake, like, no. No.
Is that its reaction to our thinking or to poking him in the eye?
Just to asking to jump in their mouth.
Oh, okay, cool.
Also, I forgot for you specifically, because you notice things off. Most of the room is kind of fairly clean and whatnot, and has not a lot of stuff in it, but there is just kind of like a small little pile of other stones, just kind of just sitting in the corner, that do not look in place, and there's nothing else in there, and it's not like they fell there, it was like they were piled there.
Oh, I'd like to take a stone.
Cool.
Throw it out.
I'm gonna put it in his mouth. Food made him happy, rocks would make him sad.
Oh, you're feeding him his own kind, you're feeding him stone.
He is made of stone.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're making
That
me
would
a-
make me
Oh,
sad.
God, yeah.
Alright.
You're making
kind
me
of...
star a cannibal.
I would like to roll
You-
percentile for trauma.
Yeah, you kind of slip one of the stones into his mouth, and he looks even more sad, and almost like a small little tear starts just to kind of form in his eye.
Like a water tear or a rock tear?
Like a rock tear.
Oh, that's worse.
What have I done?
And then after that, he starts to look at you almost in a fearful sense.
Oh. Okay.
So we have to make him afraid?
That or this is just his genuine emotions. We're really fucking with
Well,
him.
no, because he looked happy when I fed him food, and then he got sad for no reason.
Yeah.
So I think we're supposed to do the emotion.
Intimidate him into opening.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and tell him that I'll kill his mother or something.
As he intimidates, can I help by throwing a rock at him?
Sure.
I don't know if that would help intimidation.
It
I'm
won't.
doing it.
That's a
It won't.
6
I got
on
a
that.
6 on die. I had 5.
Hero point.
You know what?
You do have one hero point. 19 to help, but
With-
plus anything.
Plus, what's your intimidation?
Plus intimidation?
Yeah,
3. So
that's
22.
20. That
Adds
helps. Yeah,
one.
I'm gonna use my hero point here.
Okay.
14.
14.
Plus 5, 19. Plus 1, 20.
So are you trying to you're just trying to...
I'm trying to make him scared of me. I'm gonna get
Try
as
to
big as I
threaten
can. I'm a halfling, so that's not very big. But I'm going to threaten his family. I said I know a door once. I bet I could cut it with my knife.
And what was the roll?
20.
20. Okay. With that, he kind of genuinely looks like you're gonna hurt his family. He just got fed like part of his kind. After
Yeah.
knowing that threat, yeah, he looks pretty freaked the fuck out. And now he looks at you almost like with eyes of rage. Now that you've threatened to fuck up his family.
Guys, I think we're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening here.
I don't know.
Or, I don't know how we can make him more happy. I don't know if mad is the emotion that we want from the store.
How many rocks are there?
There's a pile.
Just keep feeding him rocks.
Yeah, like, I don't know what else to do, man. The rest of the room, there's nothing in it.
There's nothing else in the room. There's no writing. There's just a rock.
No.
No writing, just the door.
Can I like take a rock and throw it on the ground? Does it break into like a geode of answers or
I mean,
something?
it like cracks, and he seems like kind of more sad than angry.
But he's still mad?
He's still looking
Okay.
like with a face of anger.
How do
Got
I make
it.
him angry?
I grabbed the rocks, piled them next to him. Here, you can have these rocks. They
almost
seem to
looks-
belong to you.
He almost looks kind of happy, but he still has an angry face on.
Okay, so I think we have to make him.
We definitely have to make him angry. Okay. Can I call him ugly now? No, that's what we did for the sad.
What if he does need to be happy, and we?
No,
really-
because I fed him food. He looked happy,
And then he got
and
sad.
then he changed his emotion to sad.
And then he was made sad. He changed his emotion to fear.
Yeah.
And
So
when
I
he
feel
got
like
made scared. He
I
changed his
feel like
emotion
we
to
have,
anger.
we have to change his. We have to continue to change his emotion to I don't
Yeah.
know what.
What
But
other
eventu-
emotions
How
are?
do we make him
I
angry?
gently stroke the door.
That will make him mad.
Well, we're testing the waters.
Yeah. He seems like a little happy. He's like, that's kind of nice. And then continues to keep this look of fear, of anger.
I've
of
got a good
anger.
one.
I have chalk. I
Uh-huh.
would like to draw a mustache and on his forehead put "I'm dumb,"
Ooh.
but with like a backwards B.
All right.
That'll make him mad. He's a spelling fanatic. I know it.
I'm gonna hold up my mirror to him so he knows what I've done.
We
All
didn't
right.
break that one. That's good.
Yeah. You kind of like deface him, almost like, you know, someone who like draws on like that one friend when they like pass out.
Yeah.
Kind of that one dick friend who does that and what.
I see the pointed stare.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever done that. It was more of a meme.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you kind of do this, and at first he just kind of looks like a little confused as to kind of what you're doing. But you show him kind of in the mirror how you've defaced his pristine
Face.
image. You defaced his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he looks genuinely pissed off that you've done this to him.
Good.
And in so to try to get rid of you, he opens the door to get
Yes.
no longer to keep fucking me up.
Does he say that?
No. He's thinking it.
As
I
we
don't
pass
have
him,
anything to wipe it.
as we pass him, I want to pat him on the head.
He seems
Just
Which
have
is-
the, you can't, it's too tall. You can't pat the top of a doorway.
What? How tall? Yeah. How tall's the head?
it's like floor to ceiling.
Okay. I'd still pat its head.
Do you
I
ever,
don't have to pat like.
did you
the
ever play
top of its
Fable?
head. No.
Oh, okay. There are giant doors that are faces that you have to invoke emotion in Fable.
Oh.
And it's like that size.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Figured you wouldn't.
I just touch his face and I rub it like my parents did to me.
What?
You ever seen Face Off? I'm
Oh.
John Travolta's
Oh,
son.
God.
Alternate universe.
Alrighty. As you lead in to the next room, you get to a room. You get to a large room with a door. This one has a keyhole in it,
Classic.
and many keys are strewed all over the floor. Some normal sized, some quite big, and some quite small. On the side of the room, there's also another little small alcove, of which you can kind of see, or I guess two of them, kind of little inset. And on each one of them, there's kind of a bowl sitting there, and a small kind of magical device hanging by a cable that you would assume would power it, basically. Kind of hanging above that is kind of dangling down over the bowl. One labeled grow, and one labeled shrink.
Still so Alice in Wonderland.
You have to find the right key.
Yeah, I guess we should. So, the when you say normal size, do you mean normal size for the door that we're looking at?
Yeah, like it's not like it's like a standard door that you would not the floor to ceiling giant stone face door.
And so, can I? So one of those normal sized keys. Can I take it to the doorknob or the lock?
Yep.
And look, I'm not gonna try it in the lock,
Yeah.
but I want to see if like it would generally fit
It would.
that size.
Correct.
Okay. So then I guess we have to make all the keys the same size and try them.
I would like to try to lockpick this lock.
Sure.
Sure. While she's doing that, I'm gonna do my thing.
Cool.
Ooh, that's a 5 on dice.
Here, roll a
My
point.
thievery is.
0 point.
No.
Yeah, I don't think the lockpicking would have worked anyway. This is kind of a Hail Mary. I had 7, so
Yeah.
that's.
No.
Yeah, 12.
Is that
actually
critical?
Yeah,
failure?
say in 12, yeah, actually your lockpick will break.
Oh, I'm gonna spend some time to fix it because I have some feats. I have improvised repair, which takes 3 actions.
Alrighty. So, well, you can spend a little bit of time doing that. You're kind of just collecting keys and...
Yeah, I've got them all. I've got all the keys. I've got like in my shirt. You know how you can carry things in your shirt.
Beautiful.
And then I'm gonna take all the keys, and I'm gonna enlist the help of my bone friend over here.
Hello.
Do you want to help me? You can make them bigger, and I'll make them smaller.
Sure.
Okay.
I take all the keys that are too large.
Alrighty.
No, the opposite.
Oh. I take all the keys that are too small.
That's the one.
Alrighty. Oh, I have to think. Okay, yeah, while I'm doing this, I gotta think of you, because I gotta think of the one off thing for this room. Yeah, that was... Man, that is an annoying sheet to have to constantly think about. But
Yeah.
well done. Okay, so yeah, so you guys can kind of go through and kind of see kind of the various points. You can put the keys kind of in a few, I guess, are you trying to put like one at a time, a couple at a time?
One at a time.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of put it in, you can put it in, and then there's a fairly large kind of just button on the center of the device that kind of looks like it kind of activates it, obviously.
Awesome.
And you can kind of push that, and then yeah, the large keys will shrink down to medium, or kind of the normal, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
small keys will grow up as almost as like they're kind of like a setting.
Good. Okay.
You've got a bunch of normal-sized keys.
All right. I'm gonna try them all.
Alrighty. Sarah,
Yes.
you would probably notice the one odd thing with this room is, I guess this door is a little. Like, you would notice that there has been a lot of attempts at kind of. There's a lot of wear on the lock of kind of like a lot of people trying like or at least a lot of keys having been run on this. And as well, the door doesn't seem to fit as well into its kind of space as a lot of the others did.
Is it too big or too small?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's like it's too small, but there are bits of a gap.
How did the keys shrink again? How did that process work?
Went over to kind of the bowl and whatnot, took the little dangling magic device that's kind of hanging off, and just kind of pushes a button on it. It goes like, pzzz, and it like zaps the key, and it shrinks.
Oh,
How-
cool.
how
Then
far
let's,
does-
let's point
yeah.
the dangler at the door.
Yeah.
You cannot get the dangler to actually aim at the door. It is inset in the alcove, and the cable that's powering it, it can't come far enough out to reach around.
Can I try reflecting it with my mirror?
You can.
Just
As you
gonna
push the
make your
button,
mirror
your mirror
larger.
shrinks.
Oh no! I want to grow it so it's back to normal.
Your mirror does grow back to normal size.
Okay,
Okay.
so that didn't work.
It's a good idea though. Can we point it at the wall?
Yeah, like you can kind of like shift it, whatnot,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
I
little
want to
bit.
shift it and
Sure.
like point it at the wall and turn it on.
It kind of zaps the wall, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, it almost looks like the object is too large.
Okay.
Are the doorways still open to the start?
Mhm.
I'd like to go back and get the key that opened the first crypt.
Oh, and the weird key.
Sure.
Oh no, the weird key's fake.
The
Never
weird
mind.
Your key dissolved.
Yeah.
And bring it back here and try that key on this door.
It does not work.
Dang.
But it's a good thought.
So I tried all the keys. Did any of them work?
None of them did.
I think we have to shrink the door, but I don't know how we would do that.
I have
Can we
a thought.
shrink ourselves?
Can I pull the thing to see if it shrinks the bowl?
Just to kind of shoot the bowl.
Yeah.
You can shoot the bowl, but as it kind of hits the bowl, it almost seems like there's like a small like little sheen, like the bowl has been kind of enchanted almost or somewhat, and it doesn't seem to affect the bowl.
Oh my god, we use the bowl to reflect. Can we move the bowl?
It doesn't beam off it. It just
Oh.
it doesn't affect the bowl.
I was gonna say.
Okay. I have a thought.
Mhm.
Share with
So
us.
the dangly bit, right? I want to have one of the keys.
Yeah.
And then I want to touch another key to that key, and someone else press the button.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'll press.
As you kind of press it, it hits kind of the first key.
Yeah.
The first key grows, but also because you are kind of in there, a little bit of your finger grows,
Cool.
but the other key that was touching it did not.
So it can do multiple
Things if it hits
things.
multiple things.
It's weird.
Yeah, club
I'm
finger.
gonna shrink my finger back.
It does shrink back to normal. It was heavy. That was a big finger.
What if we tie like a rope around it? Anyone have rope?
Oh, I have rope. I have 2 pieces of rope.
Great. So what if we tie a rope around it, and then we connect that to like the door and see if that works.
Yeah, I think that's a solid plan.
Trying to tie it to like the knob.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can kind of tie the rope around like it, and then you tie the rope on the door. The object, is it kind of zaps the rope. The rope does grow, but similar to the key, the second key didn't grow. But the rope does kind of grow thicker around the doorknob to the point where it actually kind of just crunches the doorknob as the rope keeps expanding around it.
Okay.
And it just kind of crunches the handle.
That doesn't feel great.
I have
That
a
feels
plan.
bad.
I have a plan. Shrink the rope to the point where it can fit between the door.
Oh, and then have it grow.
And then have it grow to the point where the door is broken.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. Alrighty. You can kind of re-shrink the rope back down.
But like, and I want to shrink it again, like so it's small enough to fit between the
Totally.
door and the
Yeah.
door.
So you can do that kind of like, it'll take a couple cycles of kind of the machine.
Yeah.
And then after it does, you can kind of lay it under, and as you kind of continue to kind of grow it, it does kind of, as you continue to kind of pump more and more, it does kind of crunch more and more of this kind of door away and kind of buckle it and start breaking it.
Excellent.
How far are you pushing the rope?
Until the door cracks open. Bro.
Cool. Yeah, after a lot of cycles, the rope takes up most of the door at this point. It takes up most of the frame.
That is a thick rope.
It is like, you could not lift it right now if you try. It's taking like both of you like using your body weight just to hold it up to where the machine can actually even zap it.
Jeez.
Because like it is at this point extremely thick and heavy.
How do we
Excellent.
make this rope small again?
I would like to look at the rope and look at my backpack from which it came and give like a concerned little mouse squeak.
It is not going back.
Oh,
in
it's
there.
like a tent that you untacked. It's never going back.
It's
in
never
the
going back in
container.
that.
But if we tie another rope to this rope,
Why can't we just?
What's that gonna do?
shrink the ropes.
No, it won't. It only shrips one.
But what if
rope.
it's the same rope? Like, what? How do we shrink it then?
Why can't we just untie it and move the rope to the other bowl?
It's too big. I feel like it's no longer tied. It's just like there.
It's there.
Can we try and move it? Like if we work as a team, can we?
Or
sort
can
of-
we just can we shift the shrinking thing and just point that at
Yeah,
the
in
rope?
the,
Oh, it'll fit?
yeah,
Okay.
in the same way you kind of aimed the previous one, you can kind of re-aim
Okay.
this one.
All right, then yeah, we'll
Yep.
do that until the
Sure.
door or the rope shrinks to the point where we can fit through the door.
It shrinks back down.
Excellent.
You have an open, fucked up doorway.
Beautiful.
Nice. Is the rope good enough to fit into my bag again?
If you shrink it low enough, yeah.
Cool.
And through the door.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So as you guys kind of pass into kind of the next room, you come across another door. Shock and surprise! So many doors!
Yeah.
And so many
This
different ways.
crypt is so big.
So many ways of opening them. It is.
No wonder it's built into a hill.
Yup.
Yeah.
Big hill.
Big hill. As you kind of go in, you kind of get to the one point, and you can see on the back of this door, unlike all the other ones, it doesn't have a keyhole, it doesn't have nothing, but it has kind of just like a slot in it. Looks like probably, I'd say, about maybe a little under little under about a foot to a foot, kind of little inlet.
Oh,
That
okay.
looks like it's for something to be kind of placed.
I was thinking like a card, like
Yeah,
a hotel.
no. And kind of on the kind of the one side, you can also see a kind of what looks like a fountain that has kind of used to probably work a long time ago, but is kind of just completely dry and dusted now at this point. For you specifically, the one thing you kind of pick up on notice is, again, similar to previous ones, you do see kind of a glint coming from kind of like a little spot near the fountain.
Ooh. I'll investigate that glint.
Cool. As you come to go over, you find kind of a pristine golden chalice. It's got kind of gemstones around the outside, and it's got almost like little ornate like glasswork, almost like chapels kind of have kind of in the windows, but have almost like little like glasswork eyes that are kind of around it.
Some front-facing windows we got here.
I'd like to do a religion check on this item.
Sure.
This reminds me of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. 16 on dice. I add
Except
8
the-
to religion.
In
It's religion.
So 24.
So specifically with this, it doesn't seem to really care. You don't know of this in any of the religious texts or anything you've kind of read of. It's not tied to any god you know of.
so you guys have seen or read Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole drinking thing and it makes her bigger.
Yep.
That
Okay.
might be what that is, because maybe we're supposed to get small and go.
Maybe.
And that would drink. But there's no water here.
Correct.
It's a fountain, you said?
It looks like it used to be. Like it's a remnants of one that's very much dried up.
So does that mean that there is like a sewer or like some way to drain the water?
Weirdly, no.
Oh.
Okay. So never a fountain. That's not how fountains work.
There's no tubing.
There's no. Yeah, you need the water to come from somewhere. Right.
There is kind of a spigot
Okay.
that looks like it would have given off liquid.
Okay.
Maybe
that is
we would've
poised over it.
only known
Does it
how
have
to
a-
turn this on if we were small enough to see the on switch.
Maybe. I don't know. Shrinking myself seems dangerous.
Does the spigot have like a turny thing?
No.
Mm.
And like there's like it looks like it has not worked in a lot of years.
Oh, okay.
Like decades, if not centuries.
Is there anything else in this room other than the door and this fountain?
There's the chalice that you're holding.
Hey, can you
Can I-
detect some magic?
I'm gonna read Aura of the Chalice.
Cool. So that gives you.
If it's magic and the school of magic.
It is definitely magical. Specifically with divination.
I don't. What does that mean?
I'm gonna grab the chalice.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to grab my water skin,
Mm-hmm.
pour it into the chalice.
Cool. You can kind of pour it in. It fills up kind of thing. It's a fairly large sized bowl, and you can't even see that at the bottom of it there's another like like some like cereal bowls that have, like the little thing at the bottom, or the little like picture and whatnot. It's more the kids' ones. But kind of at the bottom of the bowl and whatnot, there's another one of those kind of like little glass eyes that kind of sits like it's part of the bottom of the bowl.
Gross.
But yeah, you can fill it up with water.
Does it look any different?
Looks like a chalice filled with water.
So what's divination magic?
Divination magic works with scrying and time.
Hey, look. Okay, I guess we can look in the water and try and
Looks
use
the same
it.
as normal water.
Yeah, but what if it turns it in? Like, what if we can cast a spell using it now?
Maybe.
I take a small sip of the water in the chalice.
You look in it and it's like
It's like water.
Yeah, I wanna try. So I don't do the magics. I know a little bit about it, but what if we look in it and we can see how what if we can scry using it? We can like see inside
I
the.
attempt to use the thing to scry. I don't know how that would work.
You kind of look at it, and as you kind of like peer into it, it doesn't seem to kind of do much. Like, you don't really see anything in the water. The only thing you're kind of just doing is just really staring at that kind of glass eye at the bottom of it.
Is
the
there?
chalice fit into the door?
It does.
I'm gonna put it in there.
It does sit in there.
Probably
It
some
looks like
fountain
it
water.
fits perfectly in it, but it does not do anything.
Oh, so this is the thing, but it's not the right thing.
What if we have? So that does the eye come out of the water?
Like the one at the bottom.
Yeah.
You could try to get it off. It's like on the bottom, but you could try to remove it.
I don't know if it's like on there. I don't know if I want to remove
It's
it.
not like, well, I don't know. Roll me crafting.
Okay.
19.
Plus 7, so 26.
26. It is definitely on there, but it does look like with some finesse, it could be unscrewed.
Unscrewed, you say? I shall try and unscrew it as gently as possible.
Cool.
Could I use thievery for that?
Yeah, totally.
Dope. I have plus 11 to thievery. It's 24. It's 13 on die.
Alrighty. With a 24,
Yeah.
you kind of very carefully. Are you taking the water out first?
Nah.
Cool. You're sticking your hand in
In the water, yeah.
in
My
Nidhi's
water.
drinking water. Sticking your
I'm
grimy,
like
grimy
you're
crypt
holding
hands.
it, drinking from it, and I want to like reach into it. While you're...
And as you can kind of
like, I have an idea. Don't worry.
My water.
it takes a bit to kind of get it unscrewed and takes a little bit of finesse, but you do kind of manage to get it out. And it almost looks like kind of like a monocle. When you're kind of looking at it like how it was sitting in the bottom piece, it does have that kind of eye pattern.
Okay.
When you look at it from the other side, you can see perfectly through it as if it was clear as day.
Oh.
I want to put it up to my eye, specifically my right eye. That's my
Cool.
good eye.
As you, yeah.
And I want to look at the door.
The door is still there. But
Okay.
The door looks brand new. like it was just installed. And as you kind of look at the rest of the room looks exactly like it was on the day of its creation.
So that means I can look at the fountain.
The fountain is fully running.
Awesome. Guys, the fountain's working now.
Maybe try to put the cup under it now and see if your eye somehow magically fills the cup.
Sure, hand
Before
me
you
the
do
cup.
that, I put my water back into my water skin.
With his hand juice all over it.
My hands are clean.
Your whole water skin is contaminated.
As clean
I
as
have a
a
water
street urchin's
purifier.
hand
I'll deal with
can
that
be.
later.
As you kind of as you kind of even just look at this kind of chalice with like the moment you whip through the monocle, you could almost kind of see parts of like the little individual gems kind of like light up, and it seems to almost not quite phase out, but it seems slightly more phased, almost as if it's existing right now at every point in time simultaneously that it ever has.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
shit.
trippy, man. I almost drop it. It's so trippy. You guys should see this. It's pretty dope. I guess I'll try and I'll follow Jix's idea and try and fill it with some water.
Cool. As you put it over, you do see that the cup does start to fill.
Hey guys, is there water in this cup now?
You do see it weirdly gaining liquid, even though
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
The liquid, like the cup, is still kind of almost phased out.
Interesting.
I guess, and then I'll put it in the container that Jix found earlier.
Yep, the door.
Are you still keeping the monocle on?
Oh yeah,
Okay. As you kind of do
do that
that,
shit forever.
yeah. As you are still kind of looking at it through that, as you kind of put it in, the door looks like it's like kind of trying to open, but it also can't fully read the chalice. It looks like it's kind of struggling to read the chalice because it's not fully there actually.
Oh, maybe you need to put the eye back in.
I like it though.
As the moment
Oh,
you kind of bring it down and you stop looking at it through it,
Okay.
it phases back into your point in the timeline,
Oh.
and the door clicks open.
Oh,
I'll
get
put
to-
it in my pocket.
Nice.
My
I
magical
was gonna say
eye.
you were gonna corrupt the magic eternal life water with your hand juice.
Look, they're only I only went dumpster diving once today.
Today.
Yeah. How do you think I'm
God.
gonna eat? They don't
We're
accept
rat folk, and I don't even do that.
They don't accept my money here.
As you kind of walk in, you see a kind of a room going forth that is coated in gold. There is a coffin amongst the middle again, but the entire room is filled to the brim with riches, as well is a small kind of item and a small note, as well written in Elvish, sitting on the coffin.
I read it.
You read the note. The note just says, basically, that he, as the great wizard that he is,
Of course, yes.
has basically wanted to make sure that none of the riches that he worked in his life for went to anyone that did not also have an understanding of the magic arts, and therefore
sucks to suck.
locked it in this area. He knew that one day someone did eventually open his tomb, and that he has left this specifically for them, as he knows someone will open it, basically as a means of passing his fortune on. And basically it tells you that the small little item that's there is a means of effectively jumping from his kind of direct burial chamber to the front. It's kind of just like an immediate means of teleporting in and out. Since you have quote-unquote proven yourself once, you don't need to do it every other time to get everything out.
Wait, was this supposed to be a room for every school of magic? Am I going crazy?
There might have almost been that.
Okay.
But with that, you guys are
Yeah.
able to
Dope.
complete this. You find more than enough money that could satisfy countless lifetimes.
I'll be able to find my parents
Aw.
And with
if
that,
they're not dead.
Or if
That
they
is-
want you.
that is the conclusion of session.
Awesome.
Oh.
Well,
Jinx.
thanks everybody for listening. That was episode 4, our actual play on exploration using Pathfinder 2nd edition.
Yeah.
And next time,
Yeah.
I make no promises about next week, that we will be back talking about social encounters and role-playing in role-playing games.
Woo!
Yay.
Alright, thanks everybody.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for listening. We have a Discord channel that you can join if you want to interact with us and some other of our fans. We have a Twitter as well, so if you want to go to the Twitter, you can follow us at Newb, N-E-W-B, Perspective, P-E-R-S-P-E-C-T-I-V, and then a 3. And on our Twitter, you can find a link to our Discord channel, as well as any updates for our future shows. Thanks, everybody.